Hi, my name is Adrian Pei, and this is my teammate Brian Virtue, and we both work on the leadership development team of Epic Movement. And we wanted to share a little bit today about listening to each other in the context of cross-cultural friendship. And for me, Brian and I have become really close friends, and we've done a lot of meaningful work together, including some of you may have heard of the 5 and 6 posture articles. But there's a real story behind that, and a story of really learning to grow and be transformed through that. And for me, when I first met Brian, just letting you know, my first impression of him is that we were very different people. He was very direct with his emotions and his opinions, and very kind of cognitive and kind of melancholy in a way, and that was very different from the way I was.
But as we talk about listening, we kind of, as we reflect on a relationship, there's really two aspects that came to our minds. One was just the significance of being listened to, and also what it takes to really listen to the other. And for both of us, I think that challenge has been different just because we come from different backgrounds. There are a lot of temptations to want to generalize and that if I know things that are true of, or generalities, that somehow I would know him. But I think really what changed was the process of getting to know Adrian himself, his story, the reality that no person is the same.
But for me, I think the short answer is, what did it take for me to listen? It was probably just time. It took 2 years, I felt, to really just to work through things. In the beginning, I think with Brian and all our differences, my temptation at the beginning was just to avoid him, avoid the differences. But I think as I started to learn to do that more, that really became a different story. Now, I think that the temptation to avoid things is really the temptation of the ethnic minority reality. I think oftentimes we have discomfort engaging those who are different from ourselves, including the majority culture, and often pain. And a lot of that pain I wouldn't want to ever minimize, and the reason for it. But often we go in two different directions. We can either leave behind all of who we are in our ethnicity and our dignity and kind of assimilate and try to be like someone else or like the majority culture, or we can go the other direction, which is to cut off the relationship and avoid it and say, you'll never understand us. And I don't think either of those things are what God calls us to do as ethnic minorities, because God has said that we have so much that we can offer and that others can offer to us. And for that, there needs to be mutual relationship.
I can be a learner, but I can't change the fact that this is who I am and this is where I'm coming from. And I think knowing that there's the freedom to be who I am as a learner, I think has made all the difference. And it's actually made me want to be more of a learner because, yeah, there's freedom and there's grace. And I know that who I am is valued, and it makes me want to, I think, extend that same gesture towards others.